sorry, inches. Inches are basically 1/12 of a foot, or a quarter. Quarter is 1/4, right? They came up with different kind of units or something to just avoid fraction. Even they wanted Sumerians and Babylonians have, instead of base 10, they were using 60, because 60 has more divisible number, just like 12 in a dozen, right? Dozen is kind of unit, because if you use 12 or something, it could be easily divided by 2, 3, 4, 6, right? And 12 even, right? But if you pick numbers like this, it will only divisible by 2 and 5, right? Even if you see the circle, uh, pi is 360 or something like this, right? Time is 60. Why? Because they wanted to avoid fraction at there was no fraction, and people has to manage fraction using, like, use fraction as little as possible, because fraction didn't existed back then. So they came up with this different kind of number system: 60 number system, 12 number system with base 60, 12. Then we have different unit. 1/4 was called 1/4. 1/12 of a foot was called inch. So these were like workarounds were there before the fractions were invented. And we reached a point that we need to have fraction, otherwise there was no workarounds over there, right? And then we came up with fraction at that time. Fractions look a little complicated, but it has its certain advantage, which we'll probably discuss in next few slides. But it kind of do cheating. Like, we signed a central contract of using grouping of tens. That was because we chose base 10 number system with base 10. Somehow we were dwelling into another basis, just to get our answer. That might have made kids a little complex. Like, hey, we decided with the base, and why you're like subdividing to now 3, 4 or something. Right? So that I don't like the idea. That's why fractions are not for my life. Right now I'm engineer. I am quantum engineer. I don't use fraction that